dumb. And it ain't nothing but ugly, dumb, stupid, fat, black. Nobody else feels that way but y'all. Hello, my beautiful stones and gems. Thank you for clicking this video. I am your host, Miss Mama Medusa, and this is the Medusa Show. Welcome to my YouTube. If this is your first time clicking, welcome. And if you're a returning member, hey, you already know how we get down. Let's just jump right into this tea because you know I don't have time, child. We gotta talk about this whole situation with Funky Dineva, child, because, girl, I am in shambles. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, as a black woman and a Funky Dineva supporter, because let's be for real, you know, being a black woman, if you are a supporter of Funky Dineva, 9 times out of 10 you are a black woman. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be for real, Funky Dineva will be nothing without the black women. We're probably the primary people who watch Fox Soul as well, and it's just so crazy how careless he is with his primary audience. Like, what are you doing? Social media really will make you feel like you know somebody and make you feel like you matter to someone, when in actuality you really don't. Dineva, I need you to hear me. I need this message to really touch and reach you, because you had a perfect opportunity to just show black women that you really care about us. You constantly defend you know, these allegations of you hating black women, right? Well, here is a clear opportunity for you to showcase a level of love, a show and admiration for black women, empathy for the black women, You did not showcase any of that. It goes to show how you really just don't give a about us, how careless you are with the black woman, despite your whole platform being built on our back. How dare you? So yeah, it was hard. It was hard for me to make this video. It was hard for me to hold you accountable. But I think after seeing that apology, that's when I'm just like, yeah, it's just, I can't. Like, again, like I said, you had an opportunity to really make amends and to just really showcase some level of accountability, and you didn't. You kind of just like brushed it off and was just like, well, I said what I said. I mean, I shouldn't have said it, but I said it anyway. And you even implied that, you know, you were getting phone calls, you were getting emails, and that's why you're, you know, making the apology today. You do not critique black women. You attack. And that's exactly what you did to Chloe. It was an attack. And granted, it was an attack out of nowhere, talking about how she ain't even that cute and this, that, and the third. And this was like, sir, you're 40 years old. You made comments about Kaya, you know, critiques about Kaya and her platform and her fan base, and you've said, like, you know, there's a specific level of intelligence that come with Kaya supporters, like pretty much implying, or not even implying, like flat out saying that like Kaya supporters are just like ghetto, hood rat trash, uneducated, you know, miscreants and outcasts and pariahs of society. And it's just like, I mean, you could literally say the same thing about you and your audience as well. I know you're very educated, and I know you're an alpha, you know, you're a Divine 9 member and all this other shit, but like, I'm pretty sure the average black woman that watches you is probably poor and underprivileged and undereducated as well, because those are the people that are defending you. All of the people that are defending you, like, like if you look at your supporters and the people in your comment section, they don't look like they come from education and luxury and finer things and this, that, and the third. They look very common. So it's just so funny how you're able to make these critiques about like certain people. Like, I don't know, Dineva, like, I don't know. It's just, I fuck with you, but I'm just disappointed. And I feel like as a black woman, I'm well within my rights to be. I'm disappointed in myself at this point. I'm disappointed in the black women that also, including myself, who have continued to support you, because we make it too we've made you too comfortable. I do feel bad for Claudia, because, you know, I feel bad that she's getting backlash, you know, for something that she didn't say. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, you know, you do foster safe spaces for you know, the misogyny to continue. But let's be for real, Claudia is a light-skinned biracial woman. I don't think that Claudia has the range to check Funky Dineva when it comes to his anti-blackness and misogyny towards black women. I think that Claudia Jordan just has too much privilege to even be able to empathize. Like, there's like, she can empathize when it comes, like when we're having conversations about just like women, like reproductive rights, things that are exclusive to women and like people with vaginas. She can do it. She can, you know, go toe to toe. But when we're having conversations that are exclusive to black women, because I think, because she's still a mixed woman. This is not me discrediting her blackness or discrediting her, but you know, her experience as a black woman is different from mine. You feel me? Like, my experience is of a monoracial black woman, dark skinned black woman with explicitly African features. Her experience is completely different. She has a, you know, white mom. She's Italian, you know, all of that shit. Like, and that's her experience, and it's not it doesn't mean that one is better or worse than the other one, but I just think that her experience, it doesn't equip her with the range to really have these conversations and to really defend black women the way we deserve to be defended. That's my humble opinion. I made a video about the whole situation on my TikTok, and I got some backlash because they felt like I was defending him, and maybe I was, because I was coming at it from a biased standpoint. But here's my thing, like, I don't think y'all understand. Like, I don't just, when I get into these stories, I like to give a very well-rounded perspective, okay? And so that's what I was doing. But now that he's come out with that apology, and now that I've seen, you know, just how I've seen the responses of other black women, yeah, I do think that people need to be held accountable in this situation. Funky Dineva definitely needs to be held accountable. And we as black women need to be held accountable too, because we're the ones who are watching him. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get to the point where he's going to say, this is what's going to happen. He's going to say something that's so problematic, and it's going to cause people to have to separate themselves from him. And so I'm surprised that he was even able to come back from that, from the Blue Ivy being ugly statements. You know, when he called her ugly and shit. I'm surprised he was even able to come back from that. I mean, you attacked a child at that. So, and that's the part that I want him to unpack. Like, honestly, like, I really do think that he needs to get some therapy. Like, it's the same thing with any addiction or any internalized issue. Like, it starts with that person. It starts with yourself. So until he's ready to tackle these things, it's never gonna stop. Like I said, the only thing that's gonna make it stop is if and when his bag is affected. And so it's just a matter of time. It's not going to be this time, but it's a matter of time before he says the wrong thing. And keep in mind, this climate that we're living in is changing. You know, we're not living in the day and ages of the Wendy Williams and what's that white man with the curly hair? Y'all know who I'm talking about. We're in a very politically correct climate. Okay? That even not going nowhere. Because if Charlamagne was able to rebrand, and he's a whole damn, okay, and I ain't finna say allegedly, because these are court. I'm talking about according to court documents. If he's able to come back from that, you know, it ain't no telling what somebody can do. And that's the last thing I wanted to say. The reason why Funky Dineva gets away with a lot of shit that he gets away with is because he's a gay black man. And that's what the reason why Funky Dineva gets away with a lot of shit that he gets away with is because he's a gay black man. And yes, gay black men still benefit from patriarchy because they're still men. You feel me? And that's just what it comes down to. Because if he was a straight black man, we will read him and call him all kind of zesty and shit like that. But because he's a gay black man, we give him a pass. And it's just so funny. It's like, you could say the same thing, you know, Dineva, you make these critiques about black women, about how, you know, some of us be using you as pocket gays, and how, you know, we use you for your hair and makeup and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, but you never discuss like how you use us. Like, again, your whole platform is built on black women. Your whole caricature, your whole persona is built on black women. And yet you still feel comfortable with disrespecting us because you see, Malcolm X said it best, the most disrespected person in this society is a black woman. And that's why you feel justified and empowered to disrespect us. So that's why, you know, and people were saying like, oh, it feels like when you came at Chloe, it came out of nowhere. It wasn't out of nowhere. This is genuinely how you feel. Like, you feel me? It wasn't out of nowhere. This is how you feel about black women. At any given moment, you're willing to attack a black woman, even when it's not warranted. And that's something that you need to unpack. Like, that's something that you really need. I really hope that you, like, really, when you are taking this time to unlock your better self, I really hope that you like do some self healing and shadow work, whatever it is. Like, and maybe hatred is a trigger word for you, but this visceral disdain and or just maybe just unpack why it's so easy for you to attack black women. Because you don't do it to black men. You don't do it to men in general. You don't. But I think I personally think that you're able to do it because you can. Because you've done it multiple times and you've never been really, truly reprimanded for it. You attacked a black child, and not only just a black child, one of the most famous and most protected black children. You attacked her out of nowhere and said that she's like a pit bull. Okay, and you was still able to, have a platform after that. So of course you say something about Halle Bailey. That's nothing to you. This is nothing. This is fucking Dineva just gonna keep on going and just keep on going until he says something that he until he crosses the line. But again, he's already crossed the line. So again, it's the only thing that's gonna stop him is us. And that's why I have to talk to my black women. Black women, and I'm having a conversation with myself as well. Again, this is somebody who I'm a huge Dineva fan. It's misogyny, it's self-hatred, it's hatred, it's violence. It is. Like, at this point you are perpetuating violence towards black women, and I can't get down with that. And it took me a second. I had to take off the cloak. As black women sometimes we want to be saving everybody. But, I had to take off the cloak. I had to get out my feelings. I had to have a real conversation with myself and other black women. Then they was like, yo, like, what the fuck are you doing supporting this man? And they're right. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, like, that's the thing about being a black woman. The only person we got is us. That's it. When it comes down to it. And somebody else was like, yo, like, the way if fucking Dineva is willing to attack a child and Chloe Bailey, innocent, wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight ass Bailey, what the fuck you think he gonna do to you? And he's right. I know Dineva don't give a fuck about me. Dineva does not give a fuck about. Dineva don't care about black women, bro. That's just what it comes down to. Like I said, like, Dineva doesn't care about black women, and we give him a pass because he's a gay black man. And I think that that's a conversation that we as black women, we really need to unpack. Like, why are we so quick to give these passes? Like, sometimes, I don't know, and like, I think Azalea Banks made this statement. I'm not sure she was talking about white gays or just gay men in general, but like, sometimes gay men, that y'all be feeling a little too comfortable. Like, y'all feel entitled and empowered to say things to us to say things to women that a straight man, a cishet man, a man's man would not say, because it's not his place. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just certain things, but like, how, as that some people be saying, like, oh, stay out of women's business and this, that, and the third. I don't really subscribe to that. Well, sometimes I do, but there's just certain things. Hold on, I'm out of focus. I'm sorry, I was out of focus, y'all. But there's just certain things that we would not accept from a straight man, but that we give a pass to gay men. I think that that's something that, as black women and just women, but specifically black women, I think that that's something that we need to really dissect. Why, and because we do foster environments for some people to just feel too damn comfortable. I understand, you still my good Judy and this, that, and the third and all that, and sis, and we good girlfriends and all that. But at the same time, like, you still are a man. Like, and so when it comes to like critiquing women, you still need to keep in mind that you still are a man and you still have privileges that are extended to you that are not extended to women. Okay, and Dineva, for you to have all this education, there's no way that you don't understand that. So at this point you're willfully being ignorant. Did I touch on everything? Dineva only apologized because he was getting backlash. He got a good talking to from the stakeholders at Foxhole, and that's the only reason why he issued an apology. But we'll be back. This is gonna continue. Oh man, it's disappointing. I watched his apology, and then I watched like the first 10 minutes of the most recent show, and I turned it off. So I felt dirty. I And honestly, like, when I was looking at the comments and I was looking at his supporters and seeing all the women who were supporting him, it made me feel bad, because I was like, I don't want to be a part of these. You know, I don't want to be associated with them because they're ignorant. Like, Funky, like, your supporters are not educated, well-to-do black women. They're not. So it's just so funny to me how you're so classist and egregious when it comes to, like, your content, as if, like, you have this, like, upper echelon of, like, women supporting you. You don't. And if they are, they were silent as a rock when it came to this conversation with you and Chloe, because the only people that were defending you were ignorant ass anti-black women who were dealing with some internalized misogyny themselves. And that's the last thing I want to say. I think that all people, internalized misogyny is not exclusive to anyone. We all suffer from it. Women, including myself, all of us suffer from it, and it's just something that you have to be willing to unpack. And yeah, that's just really where it starts with. It starts with yourself. So I've talked enough about this conversation. I think I hit on all the points. I'm gonna go edit this, and I'll be back for some more. Make sure y'all tune into the Medusa show every Monday at 8 o'clock, and I'll be back, y'all. Deuces.